Aespa finally has their first album and also their first physical release. Can you believe it? I kept counting down the days because I was extremely excited, yet worried since their sounds tends to be experimental and therefore a hit or miss for me. But I absolutely love Black Mamba and I somewhat came across to liking Next Level, as well as the girls are simply amazing. As a result of all of that, I'm here to review their full first mini album Savage. As always, we will first look at the title track, which oh boy, is a whole lot. Then we will also discuss each B-side as we always do. Without any more rambling, let's get right into it because I have so much to say here.
Oh my gosh, don't you know I'm a savage? I'm a killer.
Since their debut, SM established their very sci-fi inspired concept, which makes a lot of sense, considering their universe includes animated characters. I know some people are not the biggest fans of it and keep complaining how it's not original and this and that. Tell me one other K-pop group that does this type of concept? I'll wait. Exactly, there aren't any. The closest is Alexa, but even her latest retro-inspired song took a totally different direction as a part of her storyline. I've never seen another group build a story and be able to take me into their world so well whenever they release something, as Aespa does. Okay, BTS as well back until 2017 or something like that, but not any longer. Aespa sticks to their concept very well in all aspects, from the lyrics to the visuals. And I can respect that. I love groups who give me a concept that I can expect in advance because I don't know. I'm just not a Red Velvet, never know what to expect type of person. I don't see Aespa's concept as repeating the same thing over and over again, but instead taking something that's unique to them and giving it a new color each time. Also, I'm a bit of a technology nerd, so these types of concepts hit me straight in my heart. I genuinely hope they never change their concept and keep finding new ways to express it. I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed this, but Savage's styling as a whole seems to be very similar to Next Level. The outfits aren't a plain copy, although I wouldn't put it past SM to do that, but they both have similar vibes. It fits the concept extremely well and almost appears outer-worldly. It may just be me and I'm seeing stuff that aren't there, but there isn't a single outfit where I could say that it doesn't fit the concept and visuals of the music video. Not enough companies pay attention to that and I'm glad at least SM does with Aespa. In every music video their styling brings the whole thing together visually and they are also so freaking gorgeous. Yes, there are a few questionable ones that I don't enjoy at all, but we will discuss this during the K-pop Fashion Alert episode. As always, so stay tuned for that. As a whole though, I like the styling in the music video a lot and I'm excited to see what they do for their music show outfits. Get me now. By the time of me editing this they didn't perform Savage anywhere, so I'm solely going from what we saw in the music video. We saw quite a lot though, so I was able to create a pretty clear picture in my head of how the whole thing could look like. As much as I praised Itzy's choreographies in my review of Loco, I have to say that Aespa's choreographers also never miss. The moves are so out there and so interesting, something we literally never see in another group's choreographies. Although I haven't seen the whole thing yet, I'm almost sure this will be my favorite choreo by them to this day. Each one just gets better and better. I'll thought that chorus drop move from Black Mamba set my standards extremely high. Hopefully they didn't fuck it up somewhere in the middle, but so far they never did, so I'm not very worried. I can't even point out one part of the choreo that is my favorite so far, because everything looks so damn powerful and badass. I'll let you know my opinion on the whole choreography as soon as their showcase video of the performance is out and update you on my Instagram stories, so make sure to follow me on there too if you're interested. Whatever I said about the concept also applies to the music video, since that's the main visual representation of every era. I know Aespa has this whole universe and storyline and whatever else, but I seriously barely understand anything. That's mainly because I don't care enough to read deep into it, but I can see very common themes appearing in each of their music videos, which I love. The main one is the snake, which I remembering hating during their debut, but now it ended up being a super cool CGI effect that connects all of their releases visually together. I know this snake is some type of enemy on the story or something, so it makes sense. SM just never holds back in budget, and Aespa has the most creative and artistic music videos out of all of their groups. At least that's my opinion. Every scene is very thoughtfully planned out and put it, which you can very quickly see, and although everything is very intense in terms of the green screen, it never looks bad or cheap. Whoever edits their music videos knows their shit, and I highly admire that. Especially since they used to be known for pretty bad use of CGI, which can ruin the entire visual effect that a music video has on the viewers. But they learned from their mistakes, and Savage truly blew my mind. I loved the entire 4 minutes, and they also included more animations this time, which added a bit of a cuter edge. Oh, and I absolutely loved that dance scene with their animated selves, because it wasn't too in your face and still focused on the real life members, but was a cute touch to remind us they exist, I guess. As long as they keep them more on the side and the real members in the center of attention, I'm not gonna complain. Please don't fuck it up, SM, I'm begging you. For once, make good decisions.
Gimme now, gimme now.
Now we actually arrived to the actual production of the title track. If you know anything about SM, then you know that they like to experiment with their songs. Like a lot. Not just break out of the trends a little bit to try and not be like other girls. They take it to a whole new level, and it kinda scares me each time. If you ever heard or saw my opinion on NCT's music, then you know why. I think each of their releases is getting worse, and I dislike their music with all my guts. In my personal opinion, they are a case of bad experimentation that ends up in horrible sounding songs. But with Aespa so far, they didn't exactly go that far into craziness. Well, until Savage arrived. Their debut was pretty safe and appealing to most, while Next Level took the concept of a remake and gave it a whole new dimension. Their releases open up discussions on music quality each time, and with that boost their views, as well as sales. I already know Savage will be the exact same case. There isn't one part of the song that sounds average or generic. From the very first second with Winter's opening sentence, it puts you in a loop and it doesn't let you out till the end. It's like a roller coaster. That's the best way I can describe it. I went from liking it to hating it to loving it all in the same 4 minutes. It's a grower, and during the first listen it does nothing but confuse it. So far I listened to it like 5 or 6 times, and each time it gets better. I can't even comprehend how all-rounded these girls are. Winter and Ningning absolutely slayed the vocal parts, and the amount of high notes blew me away. They still do each time I listen to it. But then we had Winter rapping for a bit as well, and although she's not that great, I can see her improve a lot in the future if she gets a chance. Then Karen and Giselle. Their rapping is insane, and with more releases they for sure could get on my favorite rappers in K-pop list. Personally, I prefer Karina's rapping, but both are great. Truly. For Giselle, we also know she can sign, since she got a chance to in their debut song. For Karina though, she shocked me at how stable her vocals were and the high range she was able to hit. I'm no vocal professional, but they all killed it. I hope to one day see Ningning rap as well, unless that's not her thing, of course. I'm sure she could pull it off. The production during the verses sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, and I'm in love since first listen. The chorus is the only part I'm not warmed up to yet, and it reminds me a lot of some previous NCT songs. I'm going to make up my mind as I listen to it more, but as of right now it doesn't hit the mark completely. I also don't like what they did during the last chorus after the dance break. I don't know what it is, but the mixing is weird. The way the high notes and the main vocals sound almost exactly the same in loudness reminds me a lot of the last chorus of I Can't Stop Me by Twice. It doesn't work, but Winter and Ningning still 8 though. As of right now Savage stands at 8.5 out of 10, but it could get higher by the end of the month.
Savage.
As I already said, this title track also came with Aespa's first mini album Savage, which has 6 songs on it. Therefore we have 5 B-sides left to review, and before I went into them I couldn't contain my excitement, since I saw so many amazing reviews and some people even calling it Album of the Year. But is it really though? Let's find out together.
Too hot, who you think about? Fabulous, who you think about?
There couldn't be a more perfect way to open their album with than Energy was. Although I'm not a fan of the vocal processing and it's too much for my personal taste, I think it would be a great start of a concert. Just like imagine it in your head. Stunning, beautiful, perfect. It's a good short opening song and I have nothing against it. It's just not really something I would get back to that often, and I give 7 out of 10. Hear me out on my vision here. I'll Make You Cry should be the title track, and that's literally a fact. It's so Aespa, although I don't even know what their signature sound is yet. Yes, it's a bit on a safer side in terms of the production, but it's powerful and badass, which is what these girls represent. It's not up my taste completely either, because I'm super picky and there are very rare songs I actually fall in love with. Still, I give this one 9 out of 10, because I can't exactly pinpoint what's missing. Why does this sound like an Itzy song? Not the good part of the catalog though, but the bad one. Yeppy Yeppy suffers from a huge identity crisis. In some parts it's very fitting to what we are used to from Aespa, and then in others it's almost like a bright summer song. I just don't like any part of it, and it shouldn't be on the album to begin with. The production confuses my ears crazily much, and I can't get around to enjoying it. I could even say as much as that it's unlistenable. I give it 3.5 out of 10 because some parts separately sound good, but all together is a disaster. So I got it, do it, so I got it, do it. How can you have such a magical and gorgeous pre-chorus and then ruin it with a horrible chorus? I'm seeing way too many similarities with NCT style of production and I'm getting scared. This isn't my type of sound, and I won't say a song is good just because I like one part of it. It's messy and once again doesn't know what it wants to be. The vibe is there and I can see what they wanted to achieve, but they went for it in all of the wrong ways. It's still better than the previous song we talked about, so I give it 4 out of 10, but that's also all I can give. I expected for the last song on the album to be a ballad, but I'm glad they didn't take this route, since it's so unnecessary and boring. Instead they did opt for a slower paced song, but the vibe of it is still very sassy and powerful regardless. I don't know how to describe, but it is indeed the best song on the album in my humble opinion. It's not trying to do too much, and after all the mess I've heard, that's exactly what suited my ears. I give it 9.5 out of 10. As a whole, I don't at all believe this is album of the year material, neither do I think it's a particularly good album in general. For someone who likes this experimental sound, this might be it, and I'm happy for you, but for me it missed multiple points on its way to even being average. I can instantly think of so many other albums that are way better in my opinion, and I know Aespa can still improve, but I don't have high hopes. I think their experimental sound will go a very similar way to NCT, and I'm not exactly sure I'm here for it. I'll wait and give their next album a brand new chance. I sincerely wish to be wrong on this. As of right now, Savage stands at 6.9 out of 10, and I don't think it will grow on me anymore, since I don't really feel a desire to come back to it. Not any time soon, at least. With that, don't forget to let me know your opinions in the comments and subscribe for more review videos like this and other K-pop commentary stuff in general. I'm signing off until the next video is up very soon. Bye bye, love you all so much.